Hey everybody, how y'all doing? You see I'm in a different spot today. And this is Moorhead Park, Ida Grove, Iowa. It's just a beautiful freaking day. Temp is 68 according to my phone. It is just gorgeous. There's a man-made pond over around the corner, and I thought I'd do something different. Just take a listen. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of running this morning. Now I'm waiting for somebody. I had made one video clip and deleted it. I thought I forgot I left my phone in the truck, and I thought I heard it vibrating, and it wasn't that. Oh, well, you know, a lot of you guys have gotten a hold of me about the diabetes and that, and you know, people just don't understand what's wrong with us with the diabetes. There's the call I'm waiting for. Just a second. That was the call I was waiting for. But anyway, this diabetes, I mean, the metformin and Tragenta, all these drugs affect people different ways. The metformin, that put me in the hospital for a little bit. Anyway, I gotta go meet this guy, and oh yeah, I almost went over a gravel road intersection and almost lost my tailgate. I see. That was crazy. I forgot this. My trailer plug adapter, so alright, I'll be back. We'll come back here and we'll finish this. Well, actually, I'll show you the lake and that here. I mean, this is kind of nice just sitting out here. May actually just come back here and sit here for an hour. Swamp grass right here. And there's the lake. Oh, they finally fixed this path here. It was getting pretty rough. So, there's that. But, yep. Yeah, as I was saying, what the heck, I'll just finish. I gotta go. Maybe Sunday we'll come over. Want to take some time, but then I decided I better not. Diabetes, I mean, people just don't understand what that does to your system. They don't understand how it screws with your food, your eating habits, your mentality, your moods. I mean, it just makes a big mess out of you when your numbers are out of whack. I mean, you get too high in numbers, you can go into a diabetic coma. You get too low in numbers, you can go into a diabetic coma. If you don't keep within the proper, I mean, it really raises hell with you. And there's days that you have no energy, no matter what you do, that you can't get anything done. And it really, really bites. I mean, one day I've had it where I've ate totally the wrong stuff, but I had perfect numbers for 2 months. And this is the problem, meeting people out here. Good thing this dike here is bigger. See, there's this view. Here's the view of the dike. I mean, oh, lady. Huh. Bunch of ladies. Must be going to have a kids' party. I just hope nobody comes barreling down the hill. Anyway, and that's the other thing diabetes does to you. Your level of concentration changes. And your memory changes, and your thought process changes. I guess if I get schmucked, we'll have it on tape. I mean, diabetes just really messes you up. And what don't help too is when you got family that just don't understand what you're going through. Everybody's got issues, and for me, I know what my wife's going through. I'm trying to figure out how to help her the best I can, and but yet at the same time, when I'm having diabetic troubles, I get told, oh, just get over it, it's all in your head, or oh, it ain't happening. And the sad thing is, it is happening. It is raising hell with me. The old train depot, they moved out here. Yeah, that's the drive through there, so now it's pretty much just open space now. And right now, the diabetes is messing with me because I can't stay concentrated. I jump all over. I mean, some days it'll make it feel like you're having a dang heart attack, and the next day you're just like, okay, let's go run a marathon. I mean, some of the medications they have come up with for diabetes is just insane. Some of the side effects, you read the side effects, I'm like, dang, I think I'd rather just deal with the diabetes without any medication. As some of the side effects, Tragenta, I think we tried that. My system did not like it. And thank God that I didn't end up with pancreatitis from that one. So, and that's the other thing, since Doc thought I had pancreatitis, but another one says I didn't, but all the indicators were there for pancreatitis. So, we've learned, and that metformin, oh God, that stuff shouldn't even be allowed to be given to anybody. That metformin put me in the hospital with a charcoal bag drip for a whole day to get that medication out of my system. I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand up, I was doubled over. Oh, my gut just, my stomach was ripped, just felt like it had been ripped out. So, yeah. And that's the thing, some of these medications should, like I said, the side effects are worse than what they cure. Here's another little park. It's called Cobb Park here in Ida Grove. They've got some neat things here, so and a little pond, and it's kind of military based. So anyway, yep, there you go. We'll park over here in the shade. Some big ass rocks there. And that's the thing too, finding support and having somebody you can talk to with about your diabetes, that is a problem. There is not enough support. Even though they've been fighting diabetes for over 100 years, they still don't have enough. They still don't understand it. They don't understand how one person gets it and then skips a bunch of people. And I must be type 1 diabetic now. Nobody's really told me, because I got to inject the insulin to help my body do what it's doing. So, and the day I was told I was diabetic, you know what they did? They handed me a bunch of needles and medication, said, go home, take it. How much, how often? Nobody told me. So I called back and I said, well, how much of this stuff on my... Oh, you're a new diabetic? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of learned the hard way about diabetes, and like I said, there for a while, you know, they were screaming, no potatoes, no carbs, no nothing. Could not get my numbers under control. And I literally, for almost 2 months, ate meat, potatoes, and vegetables, and had dang near perfect numbers. Went to eat that same setup another day, and my numbers went totally out of whack, uncontrollable. Could not get them under control. Got to the point where I had to go to the doctor. And we ended up upping the insulin. And it was just, I'm like, really? So, and I've learned too that certain insulins either work or don't. And unfortunately, most of the samples that it gives me are the ones that really don't work. I got to take, in order for them to work, I got to take 4 shots a day, some days 6 shots of that same medicine, where the Humalog, I take 1 in the morning and 1 at night, and it usually gets me through the day pretty good. So just when, and like my doctor says, when my numbers really get out of control where I'm taking over 400 units of insulin a day and it's still not controlling it, then he knows there's something wrong with me. I know something's wrong with me, but getting them to always listen, good luck. I mean, they think they gave you the insulin, that's the end of it. You're good to go. And you're not. And so then you get frustrated with the doctors because they're not listening to you. Then the family gets frustrated with you because your mood is on a roller coaster. You don't know whether to be happy, sad, cry, mean, want to murder everybody, or what you're going to do. You just don't know. And what I'm finding out, the older I get and the longer I have this, I'm really wishing I had more people to talk to about this stuff. I mean, it takes away your desire to do things some days. I mean, there's days I'll go to the farm, guys and gals, and all I do is just sit there. I'm away from the house, so I ain't eating, but all I can do is just sit there and think. And sometimes the thinking processes are good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're like worried, you're stressed, you're like, how the hell are you going to find money? How this is this, all this, and I'm like, really? And then your memory. Oh, that's another one that it really messes with. Your memory, it screws you up. I mean, you could set something down, turn around, and you're like, where is it? I've done that so much lately. It really POs me. And another thing I've noticed is with your diabetes, when your numbers are out of whack and everything's out of whack, you seem to do things that you would normally not do. It messes with your judgment. So, guys, here, I'll be right back. Alrighty. Yeah, I had to get a power cord from the guy for a motor I'm trying to fix for him. So anyway. Another issue I have was with diabetes is the neuropathy. That's the burning and the itching and driving, and it starts at your feet. Excuse me. It starts at your feet and really raises hell. I mean, I was So I'm working over at my cousin's and using a hoist and trying to push myself. I want to see how long I can do that. Because if I can't do it here, then there's no sense to take this job that I've thought about and get out there and find out I can't do it. Then I got to try and get back home. And so that's why I've been pushing myself like that over at the cousins. And I know out there I'd have more help than I do around here. But at the same time, you always can't, I'm figuring out, you can't rely on help. That's what you get help out of one day. Next day, they decide it's not worth their time or whatever. Who knows? They come up with some excuse. I wish they were bringing this to my farm. Check this out. Should we schmuck a building? That'd be a nice storage addition at the farm, wouldn't it? Nice big metal building there. So yeah, and I've been dealing for 2 months, guys. The doctor has not got the burning out of my feet. My feet have constantly burned. And it's, well, until we upped my gabapentin, it was starting to move up into my chest and that. So the pain up there is gone. But the burning in my feet, oh. And I go to the hot tub and have the jets hit my feet and it hurt. But it feels good, but it hurts like holy crap. It just, and when your feet hurt that bad, it really makes it hard to continue to do anything. I mean, you got the intentions of doing a lot, but once your feet and then your back acts up, you're done. So I guess with diabetes, it affects everybody. Everybody that gets it has got it, but at the same time, the diabetes is not a one-size-fits-all grouping. Every one of us that's got diabetes, it affects us each and every one in a different way. And they gotta stop thinking that like a one-size-fits-all hat will take care of everybody with diabetes. No, unfortunately, diabetes is not going to be a one-size-fits-all. I mean, some children are even born with it. Now, how do you end up being born with diabetes? What we got to figure out why we got children being born with diabetes now, but yet we can't fix it. My thinking is, we've screwed with our food supply so much, we've genetically modified it from what it was originally intended and created, that we, like, from the stuff left over from making ethanol, it's a great cattle feed because it's sweet. And you know what, us humans, what do we like? We like sweet things. And you get sweet things and you tend to overeat when you got sweet things. You're like, oh man, that's good, and you just keep going and then you end up like me. And that's another thing too. Just because a person is large doesn't mean they're going to have diabetes. And just because a person's large doesn't mean they can pick up a building and move it for you. I mean, I've met some pretty big boys that couldn't even pick up an engine block. I mean, really? Guys, you're that big and you can't even move a block? Okay. So, yeah. But anyway, I guess if anybody wants to talk about diabetes, hit me up. Facebook, YouTube, private message. And if you really want to talk to somebody in person, hit me up. I'll give you my phone number. I mean, they got to start taking care of the diabetics better than what they are. I mean, and our problem is with our diabetic system, our medications, all we are to them are dollar signs. They don't care if you ain't got the money. They got it, and it's basically a choice. Either you pay us, or your other choice is you either quietly go to sleep, or you have a diabetic attack while you're driving and you end up crashing. I mean, because you don't have your medicine. And you know, and what kind of POs me is people that are hooked on drugs or something. There's one, I can't think of the name of it, but they give it to a drug addict for free to save their life. But somebody with diabetes that just needs a little help with the insulin, all they need to do is either take a pill or take an injection. And most of us with diabetes are still productive people in the society and still contributing, but just need the insulin. No, you pay or you die is what it's down to. And unfortunately, I've tested that theory. I wanted to see, well, I didn't want to see, I was forced to, because I couldn't get any insulin. I couldn't afford it. The insurance got screwed up for some reason, something, I don't know what all happened. But by the end of the second week, I was in a bad enough condition when I went and seen the doctor that they found me some insulin. He says, if you would have waited a few more days. Well, told you guys. So now it's been better with the insulin, but yet still, it's tough. It's really tough. I can't hold down a full-time job because it takes me too long to do things. It does. What a good, healthy person can do in an hour, that same job for me could take up to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to do the same thing that one person did in 1 hour. And that's where nobody wants you to work for them. They think you're slow, but you're working as fast as your body will let you, and you do good work. It's still quality, but they're not seeing the dollar signs because they want it all mass-produced and shoved out the door as fast as they can. Well, sorry, people. It don't work that way. I'm like, wow. So, I guess this is long enough. I just kind of gonna put my thoughts out there about diabetes and the fact that it really bites, and wish there was such a thing as time travel. I would go back and kick the living ever crap out of my own self to tell them to get off the damn pop and watch what you eat. I don't know why the guy stopped. He had plenty of room. That's a great big bridge. Guy in a tractor, instead of continuing through the bridge, he stopped. I just did it for another car, so must have a fear about bridges, I don't know. Anyhow, I guess we're heading back. When I'm getting tools and put you guys on the charger so I got a full battery, and I'm going to head to the cousins. And we're going on the Trailblazer, so. I guess you got any thoughts or feelings about the diabetes, put them in the comments below. And if some of you out there just need somebody to talk to, just because you know somebody else has got the same problem you do, like I said, hit me up. I don't know what good, I can be a good ear to listen, and maybe vice versa. It just, as Red Green would say, we're all in this together. So yeah. Anyway, see you later.